There's The Woke Developers Are Destroying Games by Sydney Watson. Detransition is returning to warn us. Comment section.
We watched the woke developers are destroying gaming, didn't we?
Oh. I don't
Here,
know.
we'll watch it. We'll watch it on stream.
There's also Do You Trust Your Children with These People by Ben Shapiro from 3 weeks ago.
Okay, we got Sydney up. So
This all the time, but this really is never ending. Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. Now, for those of you who don't know, I play video games in my free time because it's a way to switch my brain off. It's also very cathartic, so I don't commit murder. I'm just kidding, Mr. FBI man. Just kidding. But seriously, gaming really is a great way to just tune the world out. And when I've had a particularly bad day or I've been looking into something extremely messed up, it's always good to be able to just sit down and completely tune everything out and not have to be exposed to more politics. Some people choose to read books, others choose to watch Netflix. I choose to throw axes at dead people. So you can imagine the collective disappointment felt when leftists make sure to get their creepy little tendrils into one of the only things left that we can actually enjoy. More and more as games are released or even updated and remastered, you see more and more political messaging in games that otherwise didn't have it before. And it goes beyond that too. It isn't just political messaging, sometimes there is a time and place for that. But this goes into other realms of social conditioning that we haven't seen before. I mean, realistically, we probably have seen it before, I'm just probably noticing it now. Unnecessary political and social messaging is already pushed in basically every other medium, whether it be entertainment, on social media, through streaming services, celebrities. Take your pick, really, just take your pick. It's like a plague.
My toxic trait is that I feel like a literal god when I look this hot.
And some of us were stupid enough to think that video games might continue to be more or less safe from that. But we were wrong. There are countless games that have gotten the same woke treatment. A continued sore spot for a lot of people is The Last of Us 2, which basically simultaneously gave up, but also tried too hard, all at the same time, as far as the storyline went. Actually, in recent news, you guys are gonna love this. The Last of Us TV series that's coming out has introduced some race swap characters, can you believe it? And I expect the whole thing will just be something akin to this.
Has the planet gone mad?
I have recently noticed a lot of forced messaging in games that I like and in franchises that I like, and I just sort of feel like, can I just not enjoy anything? In recent news, the Days Gone writer and creative director.
okay, so while I agree that I don't like having like controversial messaging like pushed in my face constantly, like especially when I'm trying to do something that I relax to, like just its mere existence doesn't always mean that it's there just to provoke you, I guess is what
Agreed. I absolutely agree.
like like you've got to be able to tell the stories at some point. I mean,
Yeah.
it does feel like a little much currently, but like those stories should still exist in some way.
I agree.
Blamed woke reviewers for the game's low critic scores. He tweeted several reasons for the low reviews, with the final one being that woke reviewers couldn't handle a gruff, white biker looking at his date's butt. I mean, he's probably not wrong. Now, obviously, some people have pushed back here and said, no, it was just a not very good game, and maybe that's the truth of the matter. But I think the misunderstood point here is that what users want is often extremely different to what developers and reviewers want. An article from 2019 made note
I
of
heard you
several
showing
reviewers
me
who complained
Oceana.
about the game's
fuck?
white protagonist. They also complained about having to kill child zombies because okay. Another article noted, if Deacon St. John, who is the main character in Days Gone, was a bisexual biker boy who preached for the greater good, the game would have still been the same. It would have still revolved around a drab world that many struggle to care for. I found this article excerpt to be particularly not intelligent because what this writer fails to understand is that, yes, the user experience likely would have been the same, where the user would have found the world to be drab, but as far as critic reviews go, they probably would have loved it for all the aforementioned things. And that's the point, right? The gaming world is becoming just like other forms of entertainment, superficially inflated and directed by progressive woke lunatics who don't actually care about the game, but the game's messaging. Which brings me to Modern Warfare 2. Now, I am acutely aware of the fact that this isn't necessarily hot news because it's been a couple weeks since this was being talked about, but honestly, I didn't really see a lot of coverage about this particular issue, so I wanted to address it. But before you once again board my hell gondola and I potentially ruin your whole day, let's hear from today's sponsor, Blissey. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The Sydney was dreaming from her side of the bed, with a silk Blissey pillowcase under her head.
Nope, sorry,
Click the
Sydney.
link in the description for up to 45% off your purchase. And make sure to place your orders before December 16 to ensure they arrive in time. The new Call of Duty called Modern Warfare 2, I don't know why my mouth can't say that, came out at the end of October. Call of Duty is a franchise of military games that involve campaign-style gameplay or online multiplayer gameplay where, if you're anything like me, you just die endlessly because the kids in China are better
Yes, thank you, Sydney. Thank you for telling us about a 20-year-old franchise.
than you at this. I can't stress enough that Call of Duty is a military game. You run around shooting things, throwing grenades, insulting everyone around you as a form of male bonding. It is not by any stretch of the imagination warm and fuzzy. This isn't the adult equivalent of Barbie Race and Ride. Although given enough time, it probably will be. So in recent news, the Modern Warfare developers decided to add some things to this game that left people feeling a little confused and a little upset. Because apparently if you make any sort of
yeah, I
entertainment, then you
remember
inevitably
this
catch the Netflix, Marvel,
What?
I remember this video now. Keep playing
and
it though.
Disney bug. Stupid. Military game Call of Duty goes woke. No American flag, 22 gay pride flags, burning US flag, BLM allowed, but not WLM or FJB. What a headline. What the hell is WLM?
What is
Women
FJB?
like men? Oh no, I can see why that was banned. No, it's White Lives Matter. Oh.
What is
well, that makes a
FJB?
lot more sense. Stupid. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2,
I
the
don't
latest
know.
installment in the franchise's runaway success, and was released on October 28, 2022.
God, that
features
just shows my ignorance.
not one, but 22 pride flags and no American flags. as
God
call
damn,
signs.
I am
Call signs
still
in COD
I
are
am still waiting on assets to finish loading for this goddamn game.
Oh, fuck Joe Biden. That makes sense.
What? Oh, fuck Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Oh.
are basically one of the ways that you can distinguish yourself from other players in the game, and in days gone by, many of the flags that were available were country flags, not pride flags. Now, of the 29 flag options in this new game, 22 of them are pride flags. 22 of them? We're talking about
22?
22
God. That's a little excessive.
pride flags for sexualities that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, it's a
Sexuality,
collection
what? Our
of
species is one-
many. I've seen it. Here, I'll go through the list in
I
a
need to
second.
turn
I'll
you
look
down a
up which
little bit.
all of them are, because that's ridiculous to me. That's
It-
fucking
it-
ridiculous.
that's insane. 22? That's just insanity. Sorry. I guess I'm a bigot. I don't even know how to be anymore.
100% gonna die out.
So I just bought the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and I only have one gripe so far since playing the game. So I just started playing online last night, and for anybody who's ever played a Call of Duty game, you know you can customize your online characters, you can customize what they call calling cards, which is kind of what you see in the background here. So from the
His name is Culture Counterattack.
outset of this, you have 29 different calling cards that you can choose from.
You have 29.
7 of those are random, like Call of Duty.
So out of 29, 22 of them.
Jesus.
That's so ridiculous.
The type calling cards. 22 out of the 20
I would have absolutely no problem with that high number if there were also like all of the national flags that used to be there, like Japan and like I would even like have a North Korean flag. I don't really care. Like if that's the kind of weirdo you want to be in a fictional battle simulator game, go ahead. But like to have them and not have the others is ridiculous.
I agree. It's
9
a,
calling cards that you
It's a COD game. Why would you do that?
Yeah. It's military warfare. What do you So wait. So if their nations aren't allowed, am I supposed to interpret that as meaning that Call of Duty games are about the different factions of the LGBT infighting? Is that what I'm supposed to take from that? It's
you
so
can pick
dumb.
from the outset are all pride flags. Nothing against the pride flag. You want fly pride flag? That's fine. But
Yeah.
where the is the American flag? Activision. It's a military-based game. You don't have one American flag in there?
Jokes aside, this is an issue that developers run into all the time these days. They prefer to make games for their staff rather than for the audiences that actually buy them. The people who keep them employed so that they can drink their soy milk.
Well, I mean, like, you know, to be devil's advocate, of course, if I'm a developer, I'm going to play a game I want to play. Like, I'm going to put my
Yeah,
interests in
listen,
there.
We got a list of what some of the flags are.
What?
Updated gay pride of what some of the flags are.
Oh, okay.
Updated gay pride flag, lesbian pride flag, intersex pride flag, bisexual pride flag, trans pride flag, pansexual pride flag, asexual, non-binary, agender, genderqueer, gender fluid. I think that there's more, but I'm not seeing them. Like answers to what they mean. I don't know what they mean.
I don't know what they mean.
Lattes and vote for Biden. People were also pointing out that there isn't a possibility to select an American flag, or any other country flag for that matter, as a call sign, but the only American flag that they found in the game is on fire, burning on the ground. Very good. This actually reminded me a little bit of the controversy surrounding the Spider-Man game for PC that was happening in August, where someone made a mod that changed all the pride flags in the game to American flags. The mod was labeled homophobic, it was deleted, and the creator was banned from mod hosting websites. Because the mod creator also referred to the pride flag as stupid, one mod hosting site responded on Twitter saying that ModDB is an inclusive environment for all, and we do not permit targeting marginalized groups. Our content moderation is largely automated, but when identified, we have a zero tolerance policy for this kind of content. But to be honest with you, and just, because I'm obviously a pessimist and a negative Nancy about a lot of these things, I still think this situation would have gone the same way, regardless if the mod creator referred to pride flags as stupid or not. I still think that they would have seen this, decided that it was an attack on homosexuality and on pride, and then subsequently removed the mod anyway, because no American flags allowed. It feels like this is so present in so many different areas of the entertainment space or the creation of entertainment space, where a huge portion of people view any sort of nationalism as a huge problem. And the funny thing is, these people, these developers, these creators would rather give us 22 pride flag options rather than letting people select a flag that represents their country or a country that they like. Because it's not like these pride flags represent a very small portion of the population in the first place. And an even smaller portion of the population who were playing Call of Duty. I love modern society so much. It absolutely does not feel like I'm being crushed to death by stupidity. But Modern Warfare 2's game changes don't stop there. People have pointed out that you can make your clan name BLM, but if you try to use WLM or FJB, these are prohibited due to profanity. I did it! I lived long enough to see white lives matter become profanity, or women like men become profanity. I think both work. I think both are offensive to these kinds of people. I guess the most ironic thing, and for me the funniest thing, or the saddest thing, depending on your perspective, is that, I don't know how many of you have played Call of Duty or who consistently play it, but if you've been in one of these game lobbies or just been playing the game on multiplayer online in general, you're gonna hear a lot of swearing, you're gonna hear a lot of slurs, and if you don't have a thick skin, you are 100% gonna be offended. It is the verbal Wild West. People do not hold back and they do not give a crap. It makes me wonder how long it will be before these gaming developers or these gaming outlets, so to speak, start trying to enforce censorship in game chats.
Oh, they're already actively trying to do
Intel
it.
unveils a tool to censor hate speech
Yeah,
in video
that's
game
what I was
voice
about
chat.
to
I'm a
say.
fortune teller. Leap's central interface, I guess the thing that censors people, is designed to be easy enough for the average gamer to understand. Well, that's a bold assessment there. It operates via toggles and sliders and allows the player to control exactly how much offensive speech is bleeped
Rust
out.
is a little
Players can
too,
choose to hear none, some, most, or all, and under which
graphic
category of slurs.
intensive
Ableism and body
to do. That makes me sad.
shaming, aggression, LGBTQ plus hate, misogyny, name-calling, racism and xenophobia, sexually explicit language, swearing, white nationalism, and every possible variant of the N-word. How does one exactly bleep out ableism and white nationalism? How is this even real? So there you have it, bleeping out the voice chat. Very good. I guess my overall point here is that it's incredibly frustrating and distressing in a lot of ways to watch yet another medium be taken over by the same people who've taken over other areas of entertainment. This is something I actually want to expand on in a deep dive because I have a lot to say about this and a lot of examples that maybe people haven't thought of before, but I will save that for another video. As per usual, and this is not news to any of you, I think that it's quite clear that a lot of developers and critics are incredibly out of touch with the audiences who actually consume this sort of media and play these games. And the reason I personally think this is a massive problem is because these people inevitably go on to make changes to games, or just make games in general, that are unnecessary and inappropriate to suit their own agendas and narratives. Absolutely nothing is sacred and nothing is safe. In the end, I do view this as yet another way for a message to be pushed artificially and to the detriment of gamers all over the place. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out Blissey using the link in the description for
It's pretty much over.